All right, welcome everyone to the Get the More You're Looking For. I'm super excited to be here with you guys, and I want to welcome everyone. And there are 5 of us directors that we have named ourselves the Dream Team, and we are going to be sharing some leading things. We're going to be sharing Director Bound. We're going to be sharing the this meeting. We're also going to be sharing the new consultant training, and some booking blitz and things like that. So we're going to be sharing some stuff, and so let's get to know us a little bit. So Trish, do you want to start out introducing yourself?
Sure. Okay, so I am Trish Woods, and I started in, stop laughing, Jennifer. I started in 2017. I was just a guest at a party, at my daughter's party, actually, at Arlene's party, and Claudia tried to get me to join, and I told her no probably 10 or 15 times, but you guys are going to experience that. You're going to experience one of me. I was the guest in the party that loved everything. I've hosted Pampered Chef since the early 90s. I love it, love it, love it. Oh, I need this. Oh, I have that, blah, blah, blah. I was that person, the person you want to host, the person you want to recruit. I was like, oh, no, that ain't happening. I'll host a party, but I'm not gonna sell it. There's no way in hell. But she kept asking, and I'm grateful that she did, because I was able to quit my full-time job. I mean, I promoted to executive within 15 months, and I was able to quit my full-time job after, I think it was like 6 or 7 months maybe in this. I forget, I have it all written out somewhere. I've earned every single trip. I mean, I've been able to, my daughter and my grandkids just visited a couple weeks ago, and actually last week, and I was able to stay at home the whole time with them. I think all we did was play outside and play Mario Kart or Mario Brothers, but it was just cool, that I could do that. If I worked a full-time job, I couldn't. I'd be like, all right, well, I'll be home at 5 or 6 or whatever, and then do whatever. So this job has just done a lot for me. And while I did well as a consultant, and I was able to make extra money and do different things, and I still had good sales, promoting to a director is what really changed everything. And then continuing to promote. And I know it's scary to even think about training somebody else whenever you're a director, but we have, just like we have systems for the parties and everything, we have systems for training, and we actually help you train your first people. So at least your first, 1 or 2, like Claudia helped me with my first 2, and then she kind of watched me as I trained them on my own. But everything's scripted out, everything is copy and paste, no different than our docs we have now. And it's really easy to help people along the way, and you end up learning more. So anyhow, being a director has really changed everything for me. I mean, this has just been a total blessing, and I want that for all y'all. So let's do this.
Hey, Alicia, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, as long as my internet will hold out, and if not, I'll have to connect on my phone. So I'm Alicia Welch. I joined October of 2018. I too was a host. I actually didn't, the first time she asked me to join, I actually joined right away because I really wanted to be a kidnapper. All of my kitchen stuff was starting to age, and I just wanted to start kind of redoing my kitchen, and I saw it as a cheap way to be able to do that. And I thought I would host a party here or there, but fell in love with the business probably before the end of the year, but did not want to promote, did not want to recruit. So about 4 months in, I finally decided I really wanted to do something more with it. And thanks to Trish and Claudia always, they helped me, and I promoted March of 2019 to director. And I think once I started building my team, I really kind of got the bug for it more. I promoted to advanced director in November, I believe, October, November of last year. So my why in the beginning is definitely different than my why now. I just got laid off. I do have a job until August, and I am looking for full-time employment because I carry insurance on my entire family. So it's kind of hard to think about right now at this moment doing this full-time, but I definitely want to do this full-time, hopefully in the near future. And especially working from home with COVID, I've been home since March, and I've really enjoyed having the extra time with my boys and being able to go and do what I needed to do, and being able to spend a little bit more time focusing on my business. So I hope to keep rocking and rolling.
All right, thank you. Arlene, are you on? Yes, you are. Okay, Arlene?
Yes. Okay, so I started, well, I guess I'll start how I met Claudia, because that's basically how it all started. So I met her through a friend's party. I was just a guest there, and like my mom said, she was hounding Trish all kinds of ways, and then I started seeing her success over, I don't know, what was it, Mom, like over a year you were consistently getting good paychecks, and I was like, damn, I think this might actually work. So then I decided to join. She actually paid for my kit, thankfully, and within the first 90 days I promoted to director and advanced director. But during that time my husband was TDY a lot. He was still in the military at that time, and I was going to school full time, I was working full time, and I basically had my 2 baby boys by myself the whole time. And it was a good distraction while he was gone. I think that was, besides having side money, it was nice to have another hobby to do that was kind of just for me. So that's kind of how I got started, and there was definitely a huge difference in paychecks from consultant to director, and then a huge difference with advanced director, all those overrides. And now I lost my title to advanced director and just got it back last month. And it's been, I forgot how much I missed those bigger paychecks, and I'm going to work my butt off not to lose that title again. But it has been life-changing, to say the least. I'm able to be home with my boys, basically do whatever I want. Just like my mom said, I was just there last week in Arkansas, and it was just out of the blue. My husband and I were like, yeah, sure, let's go. We just picked up and left without thinking about anything. We just left, and it didn't matter what day we were coming back, because we didn't really have anything back to come home to except for a house to take care of. So that's my story. That's it.
All right, thank you. Julie, your turn.
Hi, my name is Julie Wilson. I became director back at the end of March, so officially April. And when I started this, I was just attending a virtual party that a distant cousin was having all the way out in Missouri, and had absolutely no intention of joining the business. And but Deena was really good with her messaging, and just sticking with the docs and copying and pasting. And I decided to, since I loved Pampered Chef, I've been collecting it for over 20 years. Got so many pieces in my kitchen. And I've done direct sales businesses before, lots of them, and they've never been super successful. And I was just coming out of a direct sales business. I had decided that I was just going to let my time run out and deactivate. And so I booked a party from Michelle, and Deena was great. The coaching was awesome. I'd never seen coaching like that before for a virtual party. And I never experienced a week-long virtual party either. I had only ever experienced like a one-day kind of party. So the whole system was really new, and I thought it was actually really interesting. And so I thought Deena was hounding me. Now I know that she was just copying and pasting the messages that she was told to do. And I was like, dang, this girl is really on me to join it. I really don't want to join, but Then I found out that it was only $39 to join, and I'm like, oh well, I want the rock crock and I want the quick slice, and that's a deal in and of itself just for those two things. So I went ahead and like, okay, fine, I'll sign up, but I'm not doing this as a business. I just promoted to advanced director because it's so dang easy to do. This whole system that Claudia has, I mean, it's just blowing me away. I'm still like floored and amazed that I'm at where I'm at, just signing up back in October. And I got my peeps here. I see Gina, I see Dawn, I see Betsy, I see Lori. And I know there's more on the screen that I'm not seeing. So yeah, so it's been a wild ride. And I told Deena back at the beginning, I'm like, I will ride this gravy train until it runs out. And it's still going. So it's been amazing.
All right. Thank you, Julie. All right, I'll tell you a little bit about me. I'm Deena Johns. I attended my first ever virtual Pampered Chef party with Trish as the consultant. And that was back in September of 2019. I have sold Pampered Chef actually twice before, but it was a very long time ago, 15 and 20 years ago. And so that was way before virtual anything. So when I saw the virtual party, I was like, what is this? And it really intrigued me, and I had a ton of fun. And of course, Trish convinced me to sign up again. And so I signed up, and I think I had my first party in October, and I promoted to director by November, I think, maybe officially December. And then I promoted again to advanced director in March, and now I'm a senior director in June, or well, officially July, I guess. So super exciting. It's been crazy. I've only been in for 10 months, and I can't even believe I have to pinch myself every day. It's been a ton of fun. It's given me a lot of self-confidence that I was lacking, given me something for me. I homeschool my kids, and my husband's in ministry, so I give a lot, and I needed something for me. And so I feel like this has given me something for me, and it's been a blast. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And now we want to talk to you about what we're going to be covering in this meeting. So why would you want to be a director with Pampered Chef? That's what we're going to be talking about. What it takes to become a director, and how you'll be supported when you decide directorship is for you. So let me, I was going to ask you all, we don't have a ton of people on, so since we don't have a ton of people on, you guys can unmute if you want to talk, but I was going to ask you to share why you joined the More You're Get the More You're Looking For, and what you know, what are you here for? I'd like to hear. Anyone want to share? Nobody wants to talk.
I'll share.
Michelle.
Okay.
Okay.
I joined this meeting because I wanted to see what it takes to do this. I had a rocky start because I joined under Karen Fulton, and right after that, my dad got sicker. He had dementia, and he passed away in October. So it took me a while to get started. And recently, I've followed the message, get your message out. I've went through my friends list. Now I'm going through groups that I've in from marching band and tagging them. And recently I've gotten a few parties, and I just want to see where I can go with it.
Okay, awesome. Anyone else want to share?
I will. My daughter's sitting here telling me, Mama, share. I have 4 kids, ranging from 5, aging from 5 to 14. And I love being at home with them. I know with COVID, we are learning a whole new way of teaching our kids. And so that has been an uphill battle, but we're getting through it. And for me to just be able to do this mainly for me, I mean, I kind of like one of the other ladies said that, you know, I don't really have anything that I do for me. I've been a stay-at-home mom for the last pretty much 14 years. So it's always been about the kids and the husband and everybody else. And I really enjoy Pampered Chef. I've sold Pampered Chef before, about 15 years ago. And I don't know, me and my husband were talking about it, and my husband's the cook. He loves to cook, and he's, you know, all for doing Pampered Chef, and he wants to help get involved with me. And so we're just kind of doing it together for the most part. But I don't know, I really want to see how far I can go. I know that I have already hit my 2nd goal and almost to my 3rd to get my my cast iron, which I'm super, super stoked about. So, and I've already got 1 recruit, and I've got another one signing up tomorrow. She just has to close her show. Yay. So I don't know. That's my story.
Okay, great.
And when did you start, Michelle?
I started the last week of May.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Impressive.
Oh yeah, and I even told Trish, because of course she's, you know, sending me all this craziness, you know, all these posts and all this IM stuff, and I'm like, Trish, you just have to give me a minute. Let me do this at my own pace. And it's funny, and like I'm trying to think. I went ahead and told everybody I'm not scheduling anything for 4th of July, the week of 4th of July, just because nobody's going to be on anyways. So I've already got 3 parties scheduled for the 10th. So I'm just like, but I like it. I'm having fun with it.
All right. Anyone else?
I'm Dawn. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can
hey,
hear you.
Dawn.
Okay, sorry, I'm in my car watching this on my phone. I joined Pampered Chef because in 5 years, I plan on being retired from my full-time job, and I want Pampered Chef to be there to help pick up what I lose at my work. I mean, I get retirement, but I love Pampered Chef. I actually searched Julie out. My cousin had a virtual party, and I wasn't real thrilled with the lady who did it. So, and they were out of Washington. So I'm like, okay, you want to sign up? At least you can. I was going to kidnap. I was just going to get the kit. And then I had a $1,300 launch party. I'm like, no, you can do dummy. So my plan is, I mean, I've earned the egg scrambler. I got my pan. My kit's paid off. I'm going for my 2,500 next. And I'm looking to get recruits. I want to promote. I want the extra cash. I want the, you know, I want it. I want the extra.
Okay, awesome. Well, we're going to move on. I'm going to try and share my screen here, and then we will move on to, hold on here. Hold on 1 second. It takes me just a second here. So. You guys see a different screen?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay.
Mhm.
It's loading. All right. Julie, you can go ahead.
All right. Well, everybody, how many of you are getting what you want out of your business right now? Would you like to get more? The next step for you to get the more you're looking for with your business would be to promote to director. So, why would you or any other consultant want to become a director at Pampered Chef? You guys can go ahead and answer that. That's not rhetorical. Why would you or any other consultant want to become a director at Pampered Chef? Why do you want to do that?
Probably for more money, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Extra products.
Ooh,
Yes.
that's a good one.
I think we're on the next slide, Deena, too. Slide
Yep.
2.
Get that special gift from Trish.
Yeah, lots of goodies, extra goodies, huh? How about the things that are listed on the slide? Does that resonate with anybody?
More freedom. You can, becoming director, you can go at this more full time and move up the chain and have that freedom to do your business when you want to do it.
Now that's huge for me too, Karen. It's like, I love the extra income, but being able to come and go as I please and not have to ask off or worry if I have enough sick days or vacation days to go, see my grandkids or my kids. I mean, it's just like that freedom. I think freedom for me is my number one, I think, over income even.
Definitely.
On the right.
And the director boxes.
Yes. Yeah, you guys just wait. So I have one director in here who just promoted just like 2 days ago. You just wait till those director boxes show up on your doorstep, Gina.
It is Christmas time. Oh.
Okay, let's move on to slide 3.
It's on. I think.
Oh, it's on. Oh, that's it. Okay. So more money. So for those of you who are still in your first 90 days, when you promote during fast track, during fast track at the beginning, you earn the ceramic egg cooker at 500. You earn the 8.5-inch nonstick frying pan at oh, help me out here. I'm blanking now because I don't have it in front of my face. At
$12.50.
$12.50, thank you. And
Now
then
Michelle's got it down.
2,500 was the cast iron pans. Now the stainless steel nonstick is back, so we're back to the stainless steel nonstick. And then 5,000 is the night block, which are amazing rewards to get. And then with that, if you promote to director within your first 90 days, you can get some cash bonuses. You get $500 cash bonus. And then if you're, and to do that, you need to be recruiting. So every time you recruit, you get, what is it, $100? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And then if you promote to advanced director within your first 6 months, so Gina, this could be you, and anybody else who's in their first 90 days and promotes to advanced director, you $3,000 total in bonus rewards. So with that, you also get increased monthly overrides also. You get an activity bonus for each active consultant on your team. So anytime somebody's placing their orders and they become, and they, you know, at least minimum $150, that makes them an active consultant, and you get $10 for every person who does that, in addition to all the other overrides and everything. And then you get Pampered Chef dollars upon your promotion as well. And then there's more rewards. You can earn a selection of free new season products. You can earn more points toward incentive trips. So when you promoted to director, Gina, you also got 5,000 points towards the incentive trip for next year. And then you get additional training opportunities. So you get put into other training Facebook groups and stuff that will help you with your next advanced level. And then of course, strong friendships. So even though we're miles and miles and miles apart, I feel like Deena and I have really bonded over this whole journey that we've been on, and we have formed a really good friendship, and I can't wait to meet her in person. I was really looking forward to meeting her this July at conference, but that's not happening now. So someday soon we will see each other. And then of course you also get a sense of accomplishment by helping others succeed and making a difference in other people's lives.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing the screen while Gina does her testimony, and then I'll share it again in a minute.
Okay,
So,
how I started.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
Gina.
go ahead.
No,
No, you
ahead.
go ahead. It's like I was late. I'm not supposed. I can't remember what exactly I'm talking.
Oh no, that's fine. I just wanted to introduce you. Gina is one of my first recruits, and she's pretty chill girl, and she just was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do my couple parties and see what happens. And girl, you did it. You blew me away. You did it.
I don't know how I did it.
I keep saying the same thing. I don't know how I did it. But so Gina, gonna let her tell about like how she all started and everything. So we just need you to share what the business has done for you and your family, and some fun things that you've been able to that you look forward to doing with your team as a director team, and just some things like that.
Yeah, let's see. I think I ordered at your party, at your launch, right? And then I ended up having a party after that. But I don't think I signed up that time. I just had a kickin' party, and I got a bunch of free stuff, and I was like, okay. And then March, it was my birthday, and my birthday month, you know how that goes. And I was like, you know, let's, why not? I felt pretty reclusive at that point, and because it was winter, and it was like pre-COVID. And so I was like, you know, someday I'm going to get into the, you know, go like have parties and go to people's houses and do this. And, and literally my party was the week of the shelter in place.
Mm-hmm.
Almost was nervous, but it ended up being like $1,200, I believe. I mean, it ended up being good. Like I was able to, I think, get the $1,250 incentive in my party. So it was like, all right, so here we go. And then I just, you know, my goal was like 2.5 parties a month. And one month, I think May, we all kicked some ass in May and did a lot of parties. And that was my little push. And I didn't even like push people to become a consultant. Lori was like, hey, it's $19. I might as well. I think Lori's kind of did the same thing I did, like, might as well. And then I had a party for Ray's wife, and Ray just really wanted to do it. So I was like, okay, cool. You know, it's like Sarah bought the kit before I even realized she bought it. It's like, it's weird how it all kind of like fell into place. And I really don't know how I got here, but it's pretty cool. And I didn't have any like money expectations, because I had worked for another company, you know, direct sales company, and it was super hard. It was super hard to get people to even want to like look at the product. And so I just kind of let this one flow, and it sells itself, literally. So, and with my first paycheck, I paid off my car. I didn't have much, you know, but it was, you know, about $600. I was like, I know what I'm doing with this. And then, or actually it was eight. I paid it all off. And this next one, I got a credit card bill with its name on it. And I didn't even mean to make it be this, but I'm doing it like this because you know, I'm riding this wave right now. And so I want to make sure I'm smart with what I'm, you know, and if it keeps going, right on, I'll keep going. I do know, I do feel this urgency that I do need to pick up my recruiting a little bit now. But, you know, that'll come. I am taking 4th of July off too. And I have 2 parties coming up, and I feel like I need to get another one so that I can recruit in there. And then also, I know I'm supposed to make like $850 a month, but in my head, I like to make at least $1250. So like that kind of, you know, it's a strategic a little bit, but I'm kind of getting the strategies down.
For sure. I mean, you definitely, those are definitely awesome goals. And with the recruiting, I mean, basically what I do is I just make sure it's every 4, add 1 more, right? Is the motto that Pampered Chef has. So every 4 parties, you want to add one more recruit. And they tell us for us directors to continue to grow our team. And you'll learn about this in Director Bound, but to continue to grow our team, you should be recruiting minimum 2 people a month. So that means 8 parties a month if you're doing every 4, add 1 more. So for some people that might be too much. You don't have enough time to do that, but that's just basically the formula, and it seems to work.
Yeah, the shop has been absolutely, me and my husband actually own an auto shop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been insane. So I do need to like find those little slots of time in there. You know, the boys moved out, so I will get one of their rooms eventually and be able to like think straight. I've got all my crafting and my Pampered Chef sitting all on one table. Like, you know, funnel it all together.
That's awesome.
Thank you so
Gina.
much for sharing.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to share my screen again and let Arlene take back over. Okay.
Quiet. Sorry, my family's being extremely loud. All right, so we're going to review the career plan then. You want to hit the next slide?
There is not a team leader slide, so just
Oh, okay. I see that the slides for director. Sorry. Okay, so the promotion opportunities for income growth. So you'll see it starts with senior consultant, obviously, and then team leader. And you'll see that's whenever overrides will start coming into play. And you might think that 0.5% or 1% isn't that large, but as you promote to director, you'll start seeing that go up even more. So you can earn up to 30% on your personal sales. Now that depends obviously on how much you're selling and how much your team is selling and things like that. 3% of everything sold by your personal team. You get $10 activity bonus for every active personal team consultant every month. So you have 10 consultants on your team and they're all active. You've got, you know, an extra $100 in your pocket there. It can add up pretty quickly. And then as you continue to promote to upper level leadership, like advanced director and senior director, that's whenever you can start earning even more. And then you start earning obviously 1% more on personal sales, but 4% off everything sold by your personal team and your first generation team. And then you also get an activity bonus for every active personal team consultant every single month. And so with advanced director and senior director, that's whenever you will really start seeing a big difference in your paychecks, because those overrides will really just start kicking in. Your team will just kind of be on just on a roll over there. And then also the executive levels, executive, senior executive, national executive. I mean, I know that Claudia just shared her paycheck just last week and my jaw just dropped. It can kind of be unbelievable to think about how much money that they're making, but they're giving us the systems that they're using and they really do work. So the more consultants you have, the more customers that are reached. And just think of the things that you've been able to do as not only a consultant, but what other people have done as directors, the solutions that have been, I can't even think of the words I'm trying to say, but just being able to pay off debt or help family members out, help yourself out. Like Deena was saying, being able to have something for herself, just being able to treat yourself to anything and just being able to help other people do that. You're helping other people getting out of debt and being able to quit their full-time jobs. And then, so you can see here the differences in pay. So the consultant pay versus the director pay, I mean, that's a $200 difference there. The fast track director, those bonuses are really nice when you fast track. I loved getting that fast track advanced director paycheck. That one was really nice. And then you can see how much it jumps up as a senior director. I mean, her pay went 6 times over. So, and that's my dog. Sorry, he's really angry right now that he can't play with my kids. But yeah, those overrides really start kicking in. You're promoting so many more people. You're doing so many more parties because you're leading by example. And then, so in order to promote to director, you are going to need to have 5 active consultants on your team. So in order to do that, in order for someone to be active, you're going to need a minimum of $150 in sales for each consultant. And I know that that can kind of seem a little bit large. He is really on one right now. But there are different ideas in all these groups and everything on how to get different sales. I'm going to mute really quick and yell for my husband. Just give me 1 second. Okay, he's getting him. And then you'll need to meet the requirements for personal sales, and that's a minimum of $750 in sales, but $5,000 in team sales. Now, these are minimum requirements to promote as a director, but as we know that as leaders, we want to strive to go above the minimum. And that's not only in order to sustain your business, but also to set the example. So for example, for myself, I definitely try to make sure I have a minimum of $5,000 in sales to make sure I'm an active director. Because it doesn't always just depend on your team. Sometimes you have got to kind of push for those sales yourself and make sure that you are going above and beyond. I make sure I overbook myself. I know they say 8 is great. I definitely try to do between 5 and 10 parties a week, just because I want to make sure my sales are there and that I am setting the example and that my business can continue to grow and do as well as it has. Just like Julie was saying, every 4 add 1 more. That definitely goes hand in hand with 8 is great. You want to make sure that you've got those parties. We've got the parties, we don't have the recruits, we can't reach out to as many people. So it's important to have your calendar full and to set that example. And so you might be wondering how long it's going to take to promote to a director. Some consultants have done it in 30 days or less. Some might take as many 90 days. And sometimes it might take you a year, a few years, few months. But we definitely have systems in place to make sure that you get promoted within 30 days or 90 days to get you those bonuses. I know I was able to do it in 30 days and then promote again to advanced director in my first 90 days. So whenever you have the right consultant, not the right consultant, that was wrong of me to say, but the right support, because we all have these huge support systems and we just need to take advantage of them, point someone in the right direction, and don't let them miss an opportunity. Just let them be aware of the systems in place. Just send them a message like, hey, there's a Zoom tonight, hop on. Even if you can't be there, just send them the message and let them at least have the opportunity to get that information. So tell us in the chat, when do you see yourself promoting to a director? Do you see yourself doing it in your first 90 days, first 30 days, next week? Is July your month? Who wants to go for it? And how long do you think it's going to take you? Anyone in the chat want to talk? Ooh, all right, this month, yes. July would be a great month because then you get 2 director boxes. You get the spring and the fall. Double dip a little bit. Anyone else want to talk in there? Awesome, Michelle. Yes, it's a good month. That's awesome. All right. I think I can turn it over to Trish. Madre.
Hold on a second. I did something funky with my screen.
I figured because it was your face there.
Oh. There you go. Okay. Alrighty. So our commitment to you is that you will be invited to participate in our Director Bound program where we're going to help you. So that's going to kick off on July 6th, 9 p.m. Central. We're going to keep all these 9 p.m. Central. I know that it's late for Central people, and it's late for Eastern people. But because of Pacific people, and even Mountain, I think, maybe, I don't know. But it just puts it at a good time so that, you know, whenever people are trying to get their kids to bed and stuff, it's not to bed, but having dinner time and everything, it's like we had to come up with a time that would work best. And 9 p.m. Central seemed to work the best. But there will always be a replay during the Director Bound program. But just if you guys can be on live, that's really the best way to be, because you get so much more whenever you're on live because you can ask questions right then and there. So we're going to help you focus on bookings, and we're going to give you the training and support that you'll need to book and maintain a full party schedule. We're going to help you learn the basic skills to recruit and help your new consultants get started successfully. We're not just going to throw you in there. It's like, okay, you recruited this person, you're on your own. We don't do that. So that kind of takes the scariness away from it. We're going to help you track your success and do weekly one-on-one check-ins so you can stay on track. Now, your commitment to the program is that you are going to book a full party schedule. You're going to do 2 in-person and or 4 virtual parties each week, starting next week. I mean, we really want you guys to get these bookings started for the 10th. And we know nobody's really doing in person. So 4 to 6 virtual parties a week is really, really the goal. Participate in the booking Blitz, which begins tomorrow. And so what that is we're going to do a Zoom tomorrow at noon. And for those of you that can't be on because of work, that's fine. If you can, you know, hop in on a lunch break, whatever, that's great. We're just going to kick off the booking Blitz and then give you guys ideas on our team pages as far as what to do to get bookings. Send this message out to this many people, do this for birthday booking messages, and so on and so forth. You're going to not only participate in the booking Blitz, you're going to be willing to share the business opportunity by asking your host 5 times. And we give you that verbiage as well to do that. And it is key. And, you know, like Julie said, she felt like she was being hounded. I kind of felt like I was being hounded as well. But the verbiage isn't in a hounding way. It's more of, yeah, she's asking me again after I already told her no type deal. It's more like, you know, man, I really think you'd be great at this. Are you sure you don't want to give it a try even for 30 days, you know, type deal. And thank God Claudia did that to me, because I'd still be working at a bank miserable. You need to be willing to join the Director Bound program, which consists of the weekly Zoom sessions on Mondays, 9 p.m. Central. You need to participate in the weekly sessions are participating in the weekly sessions live is recommended, like I said, but they will be recorded. And if you have to watch the recording, we ask that you do that within 3 days. And then we want you to commit to weekly 15-minute check-ins, just a quick, whether it's a phone call, face-to-face, FaceTime thing, or, private message, just a, 15-minute check-in just to see how everything's going. All right, let me minimize this because I can't see the screen. Okay. I can't read that. I need my readers.
Oh, I'll read it. Pampered Chef's purpose is enriching lives one meal and one memory at a time. And the best way to enrich more lives is to share the opportunity. So set a goal to intentionally share the opportunity with everyone.
Yes, that is key. You guys have to have the mindset that you want to share it. You're not scared to answer questions, because look, here's the cool thing about the virtual world. If somebody asks you a question that you don't know the answer to, it's usually in the party, it's usually on a private message or a text. Nobody's expecting you to answer right away. And if you do want to answer right away, you can just say, hey, I'm pretty new and I don't want to steer you the wrong way, so let me find out that answer for you. Or you can screenshot it, send it to your upline and say, how the hell do I respond to this? Simple as that. If your upline doesn't give you the answer right away, because we all are busy too. I mean, we're not on our phones or computers 24/7. So if you have to wait more than like 10, 15 minutes for an answer, post that screenshot in one of our groups, in the Woods Warriors, in Deena's group, in Arlene's group, wherever, in just the Woods Warriors org, Bazaar Bullet Train org. Post screenshot and say, hey, can you guys give me some verbiage to use to help answer this? Because there's going to be a lot of people that can help you a lot quicker. But that way it gives you time, so that you don't have to feel like I have to answer this right away and I don't know the answer. And it's also how you learn. Because I've had hosts and guests ask me questions about the business that I don't know. I still have my consultants ask me questions that I don't know about, and I have to search in the groups, or I have to, look on Consultants Corner or whatever. So don't feel bad about that. It's a good way for you to learn as well. But you do have to be committed to at least being willing to ask, and putting the recruiting opportunity in your template. There's a lot of really, really great ideas in the Bazaar Bullet Train units for recruiting. And we can't focus on income so much anymore like we used to be able to, because income is different for everybody. And so what we want to focus on is like, what kind of perks would you look for? Freedom, flexibility, I guess those are two kind of go hand in hand. Free products, vacations, things like that. So kind of focus on all that. But Claudia has some really great posts in those units. But we have to, be more focused on putting those in our template and then asking our host 5 times. And looking for those rock star guests in the parties. That's important too, and ask them as well. And a lot of times with my guests, what I'll do is I will, instead of asking them to host a party first, I'll say, man, you were so awesome. There's verbiage, of course, for everything. Like, you were so awesome in this party, and have you ever thought about doing something like Pampered Chef? And they usually say no. And so then I go into a booking message, because a lot of times they don't want to tell you no twice. It's like, all right, well, what if I get you on my calendar for July 10th for a party? And then you try to snag them during that time frame. And a lot of times they'll say yes to a party because they've already told you no to, become a consultant. So just, you got to keep that mindset and be focused about it, and just know that we're all going to help you, through this recruiting process, training your people and all of that, so that you can promote and you can be successful with it. Because once you get into it, it's really not that hard to do it. It just seems like it at first. I mean, I was stressed out when I first started. So to feel that way is completely normal. And I was just like Julie. I was like, fine, I'll get my 5 people, and I'm just going to do my $5,000 in sales every single month, and I'm just going to get the director boxes. I'm not going to train anybody. And when I first had my first person that really wanted to sign up to train, I asked Claudia to take her because I was scared to death. And she said, no, you have to do it, but I'll help you. And so just know that those feelings are all normal. So you're not alone in that. We've all felt it. And so we're all here as, you know, one big team to help you guys. Okay. So that's all. I'll get off my soapbox.
All right, awesome. So what's on the screen right now is the belief triangle. So first you have to believe. So your beliefs and your actions and your results are all kind of tied together. Your beliefs will drive your actions will drive your results, and your results feed back into your beliefs. So you really have to think about them all connected like that. So here's a nice quote. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And that's so true. I mean, how many times do we wait around, well, if this, you know, once this happens, then I can start doing it. Or if this happens, I can start doing it. But we just have to get started. That's the main thing, is just get started, get going, and the rest will work its way, self out. So, I'm trying to figure out, trying to scroll and look at both screens at the same time. So you should have an organizational vision board. If your director has not shared a vision board with you, ask them to share their vision board. And we would like for you to create your own vision board to get that going. So your entire life can change in a month. You just have to love yourself enough to know you deserve more, be brave enough to demand more, and be disciplined enough to actually work for it. And I think all that goes together. My word of the year this year was brave. So I do everything scared, and I'm just brave and just push through it. So tomorrow, like Trish said, tomorrow at noon, we're going to be doing a booking blitz to kick off everything. And then starting next Monday, the 6th, we'll start the first director bound session at 9 p.m. Central. And then they'll be every Monday for the month of July. So the 13th and the 20th and the 27th. So like Trish said, we expect for you to be on those calls whenever you can live. If you can't, watch the replay, and you know, we'll get through this program. So once we get off of this call, we're going to send you. You should receive a survey immediately following this from your director. You'll want to fill that out, and then reach out and set up an individual check-in call with them within the first 20 or the next 24 hours. So who's ready to promote this month?
Super exciting. I can't wait to see who makes it.
I'm excited for you guys.
I'm super excited for everybody here. It's an amazing ride, guys. It just keeps going.
It really does. All right.
I see a lot this month. They want it to happen this month. So yes.
Again, there's still time to get parties on the board, and you know, we're doing that booking blitz, and I think that's really going to help people, you know, get it on there, because even parties that start on the 24th don't close until the 31st. And while we don't want to wait till the 31st, I mean, that's if you can have it all done by the 24th, like get all your parties 10th and 17th, like get a ton of parties, get those hosts involved, get family and friends that are willing to at least buy the kit, and maybe just do a quick party and get 115 sales. You know, all of those things, and have it done by the 24th. And that way you have that last week to relax, because I've seen people post their parties or submit them, the end of the month, and then it takes it like 2 business days to show up. And so they're sitting there going, did it work? Did I miss something? I just had somebody that thought they maintained their director thing and had somebody, she ran a party for her alter ego and used the future party pick, the half off item for the knife block. And so it $189 of that, which she thought was the party sales, which it showed up as show sales, but because it was future party pick, it didn't count. So she was $189 short of having her director status.
Oh no.
All because of something like that. And because it was on the 30th of the month. If that would have been caught, if that would have been done like, you know, a few days before, we could have caught it. Like, okay, well now we need to get $189 more in sales. Let's, you know, let's do this. But anytime you wait till the end of the month, it's just like, it's very nail biting. So now she has to do this all over again next month. So that's what stinks. And not to scare you guys or anything, but I'm just saying we never want to wait till the end of the month because of that. So get those parties for the 10th and 17th, and that's the key.
Right. That's one of the main reasons why we say to front load your months, front load your parties.
Yeah. And if you ever offer, like, for me, whenever I was really struggling to get bookings before it just finally kicked into gear again, like I was doing surprise box giveaways or just, you know, free shipping, you know, whatever I was offering. But it's like if you select July 1st, no, it's the 3rd and the 10th, right? If you select July 3rd, then you're going to get this gift. If you select July 10th, you're going to get this gift. Or I'm doing entries in a drawing. You get 5 entries if you choose this date. You get 2 entries if you choose this date, to kind of get people to choose the very first date. And you only give them 2 dates to choose from, always. But try to offer them something. Because even if it costs you $5.25 for shipping, big deal. You're getting a party out of the deal. You know what I mean? So people like free shipping. People like entries in a drawing to win a prize. You know, you guys all have what we call sample products when you're in Consultant's Corner. Does everybody know that? Have you seen that? I know my directors have. Or you get 50% off an item. So you can literally do a drawing for an item that was, you know, $60. It's only costing you $30 if you have Pampered Chef dollars. And you can literally ship that to the person. So you can do, you know, post, I'm doing a giveaway, you know, who wants in on this drawing, you know, type deal. And that's a good way to get bookings. That's what's worked for me whenever I was really struggling.
And I did that with stuff from my director box.
Oh yeah, definitely. And when you guys get your director boxes, you're going to have like a cool little inventory of stuff.
Yeah.
You can do that with. Very cool.
Any questions or anything?
Anybody scared? Nah. Do it scared, baby. Do it scared.
Excited.
This whole 3 years I've been doing it scared.
All right.
It's a way of getting you out of your comfort zone, that's for sure.
Yeah, that is
Oh, it
for
really
sure.
is, yeah, it really is. I remember when we first started doing these Zooms with Claudia, and she would have me like do what Gina did and speak about something. I was, you know, stuttering. I had to make sure I had on a cute top and I had lipstick on and my hair was done. And look at me now. Like, I don't care.
I was just trying not to let a cuss word slip.
I know, I love it. Girl, that's my struggle all the time.
So I have to watch that.
You were perfect.
All right. I'm going to stop the recording and we'll close out.